Yes, people, and welcome back to another episode of the Ghostoul Podcast. It's just me tonight, I'm afraid. I hope you're not too disappointed. We have a couple of good guests coming up the next 2 weeks. I will talk about them later on in the show. So, tonight's topic, Annabelle has a new daddy. Or two new daddies, actually. So, yes, the Warrens' house and the Occult Museum has been sold, and it's been purchased by comedian Matt Rife and Elton Castee from the Overnight YouTube Ghost Hunting channel. Good evening, Mr. Mickey. Hello, Ali, sir. How are you? I hope you're well, mate. Hello, Tracy from Australia. Thank you so much for all your support, as always. It's very much appreciated. So yes, guys, Australia. What a great location. Never been there. One day. Tracy, are there ghosts in Australia? That's what I want to know. But yes, we are talking about the Warrens' house tonight. The sale has gone through, and it has new owners. What do you reckon? What do you guys think of that? Is this a good thing? Is it a bad thing for the paranormal? Is it just a money-making scheme? Let me know in the comments, and we're going to discuss it. Good evening, Diane. I hope you're well. I enjoyed the show yesterday. Very good. All good, dude. Everyone will be subscribing to the channel, I bet. To be fair, they do really, really well anyway. They don't need any more help. We have Tony Ferguson in the house. Hello, sir. How are you? Hope you're well, mate. Hey, Diane. Hope you're good. Yes, there are ghosts in Australia. That's alright then. Evening, Mickey. Glad I caught you live. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. Thank you so much. Thank you all for joining and for your lovely comments so far. Yes, so it's the new owners of the Conjuring House, Elton and Matt. Are they going to create just a money-making scheme? Is it going to be something that's worthwhile? That's what I want to know this evening. Hi, Matt. Hope you're well, mate. Evening, Mickey. Evening, chat. Hope everyone is good. Now, the Conjuring House was an example of what not to do once Jacqueline got hold of it. Because when Corey was running it, it was running pretty well, to be fair. I actually booked tickets to rent it out, or booked tickets. I actually booked it and paid to rent it out back in 2021. 21, I think. Late 21. But I got COVID and couldn't go. So, but that was, I think I booked it for about $80 for the night. So just two of us there. So $160 for the night to rent it out for like 15 hours. And then Jacqueline comes along and charges all these extra rents for being a YouTuber. Only 2 YouTubers are allowed to film different channels. All this extra money is crazy. She was really ripping people off. Now it's closed, and look what's happened. Nothing. That is just a shit show now. Apparently Matt has been a paranormal investigator for a while, even before he was a comedian. Yes, I used to watch him with Elton on the Overnight channel many years ago. I've watched their stuff for quite a long time now. Now I'm not saying they're real, but they go to some amazing locations all over the world, and their videos are very long, a lot of time they're unedited. So yeah, I quite like that, but they're so long. But yeah, he's been into the paranormal for a long time. I think he's been on Ghost Adventures a few times as well. He's a friend of Zach's. So people always be prepared to pay to investigate. Yeah, but they shouldn't have to be ripped off, Diane. That's the thing, you know. Hey Falco, hope you're well, mate. I was talking to a friend of mine today who's actually living in America, and he says that the way it works over there, that to hire locations, it's not a rip-off. Like over here, it's crazy money, absolutely crazy money, and they just see ghosts, they see people wanting to hire it, and they just think, oh, I'll make a killing out of this and just charge the earth. But yeah, it's not the best for us really. It's certainly an interesting purchase, though, isn't it? Yes, it is. Um, and I'll tell you for why. Because when I planned my America trip, because we were on the east coast of America, so New York area, um, the Warren's house and the Occult Museum isn't that far away. So the idea for me was that, oh, we could go to see Annabelle. Um, but yeah, they're not realising that Tony Spira, who's the Warrens' son-in-law, he had decided to close the museum and only open it up to certain people at certain times for special events. So that wasn't very good, to be fair. So that really annoyed me. But apparently, what they've said that you can actually rent out the house to stay in. You can investigate the house if you want. And also the Occult Museum, where Annabelle and all the 700 other haunted artifacts and very strange items are. That happens here too. Yeah. Yeah, but he was saying America is very cheap to rent out locations. He's actually on the podcast in 2 weeks' time. Carl Hutchinson, if any of you know him, he's been on American TV. He's been on Ghost Adventures a couple of times. He used to be on UK Haunted Live. Filmed with him many years, and he is returning to the fold, as it were. So he'll be coming on the show in 2 weeks' time. At what cost, though? That is the question. At what cost for what, Ali? Is that in the sense of, are you, what's the word? You're going into their house, the famous house. It all depends if you care about the Warrens. A lot of people don't care. You know, they think they're fake, they think this, they think that. And if you don't have any time for them, you don't really care what happens to them, to be fair. But if you are, at what cost? Oh, sorry, yeah. Hire the venue. I don't think it's going to be that expensive, to be fair. I really don't. I think it will be, well, I'd hope not. But then again, I'm not there, so, you know. Am I ever going to get there? Maybe one day. I would like to book it, to be fair. I would like to go there and hire it. So, and there's more places in the States that you can virtually just walk in and pay sometimes. Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, America does it so much better than the UK. From what I've heard, obviously, I'm not there. I don't have any personal experience of that, just what I've been told. I'll keep my suitcase. let's all head over to, is it Connecticut? Is that where they are? Is that where the house is? The Warrens? You know, I don't know. I would like to go there just to experience the museum. I would like to meet Annabelle, because obviously I like haunted dolls and haunted artifacts. Now, whether you believe they're real, whether I believe they're real, can items be haunted? That is up to personal preference, I suppose, and your own opinions. But I think they can. There's some things that, when I heard about Dan Weaver's death, I thought of you and Janet. Do you make seconds of happening? Janet's just there. You can see her. There she is. There's her head. Ding, ding, ding. Yeah, I don't talk to her really. I don't like her. But I don't know. I don't know why I keep her next to my bed. But hey ho. Yeah, Dan Rivera's death. Was that associated with Annabelle? Was this the final nail in the coffin to be able to sell the? I'm just so shocked that they've sold the house. Now I've heard it's only a 5-year guardianship for the. At first, I thought it was just for the items in the museum. They're still owned by Tony and his wife. But I've also heard that the house is also only on a 5-year guardianship. So they've basically rented it for 5 years. So how true that is, I don't know. I hear that you're going to club with unusual things to Halloween special. Yes, I believe I am. Yes, stay tuned. Hi Shelley, hope you're well. Long time. USA is sounding more appealing than the UK right now for locations. Well, we've got all the locations that we've seen on the telly, we've seen in the shows, seen on the big YouTube channels, and we just have the same ones that just rip us off over here and overcharge. I mean, how people still go to East Drive every night for 365 days a year and pay, what is it, £300 upwards? Crazy, depending on what day you go. You know, that poltergeist moved out a long time ago, I would say. The odd occasion I've been there, we've got some good stuff, but every day, you know, the ghost must be really pissed off. Now the boys have purchased this, do you think the stigma around the whole Warren thing will change? It depends if they go into anything, because they might show stuff that we've never seen before. A lot of people now are coming out saying that the Warrens were fraudsters and everything was faked. That's not my opinion. That's what people say. I don't know anything in particular. Apparently, something New Zealand. I bet there's some great places around the world that I don't know. I just think that in the UK you just get ripped off. But yeah, but going back to the Warrens, I think that they might show a different side to the Warrens that will prove it one way or the other, I think. Is it a good thing? Don't know. I would like to, like I said, I'd like to go there, see what it's about, see what sort of things are there. You know, I imagine, I think Ed used to document everything that they did. Like all the locations, all of the cases, you know, all how they took control, as it were, of the haunted artifacts. I mean, to get like 700 is absolutely crazy. I mean, how long do you have to be taking things all them years just to collect that amount? I mean, it's like from the 60s onwards, wasn't it? I think 60s. Is that when they started doing stuff? And that's a crazy amount of time to be collecting haunted items. And does a priest still turn up every week, or is it every month, to bless the room, bless the museum? I know they do it. The Nespa team that Dan Rivera was part of. I know that when you see people on YouTube go and investigate and spend the night in the museum, they get blessed about 3 or 4 times before they go in. You know, the Lord's Prayer, or the Christian stuff, and also when they leave as well. So, are they allowed? Is that what they mean by everything is blessed? I'm not sure. Holy water, is this from a priest? Is it sent in? Do they go and collect it? I don't know. But hi Nando, hope you're well, mate. Nice to see you on the show. Welcome along. Leave your comments about the new daddies of Annabelle. So obviously, for those that don't know, there's lots of. Well, it depends what you've seen. I mean, if you watch the YouTube videos from America that I do, you see all the items that are actually in the museum. Many, many crazy looking things. Do you think that they're all true? Are these real hauntings? Are these things, these items, are they cursed? You know, that is what I'd like to know. I just want to go there and experience it. Whether I think it's fake or not, you know. Do these best have an impact if you're non-religious? There you go, exactly. If you don't believe in God, God blessing you with holy water don't mean nothing, does it really? But then that leads to the question, can you get possessed if you don't believe in possession? Because possession is basically like a religious thing, isn't it? Where it takes over the soul, the spirit, but you have to believe in heaven and hell to have that effect in the first place. If you don't believe in it, how can the devil affect you if you don't believe in the devil or God? It can't. So I suppose it all goes back to your beliefs. But like you say, that's a great point, Diane. Does it have an impact? Yeah, probably wouldn't. Maybe you would just feel things in the moment. Are they going to make you sick, make you feel bad? They might do in the moment, and then you leave, you feel better, you carry on your day, you go home, you go to work, everything's back to normal. I think the only time it can leave an imprint on the person is if it is like from a religious standpoint, I reckon. If I was religious, I would worry about evil, the devil, possession, because that's what we are led to believe. So if you don't believe in it, it don't matter, does it? So Matt is a Christian. I was christened as well when I was younger. I'm not what's the word? Can't remember what the word is now. I don't practice it, but I think I'd like to. I'd like to get a bit more religious. I think the whole country needs a bit of religion, a bit of, Don't get onto that subject, Michael. Yeah, it's. I think being religious could be a good thing. Believing in God might help. I don't know. I don't trust many things when it comes to America because I feel they're overdone. Yes, they do. And like I said, I would have to go there myself for my own personal point of view to be able to film, take photos, present the facts how I saw them, how it was, how it felt, what I experienced. So yeah, don't ever take anyone's word for anything when it comes to the paranormal. If you don't, if you got the opportunity to go and experience it yourself, then go do it. Don't rely on others. I'd like to think most people are trustworthy, but are they? That's the thing. But yeah, if you ever get the chance to do something, go do it. There's many great places, many great things within the paranormal in this country that we could do. But yeah, I think the only thing close to this over in the UK was really East Drive. Bill bought the house as a backdrop for the film. When the lights went out, decided that there might be something in this, and obviously East Drive was made. And people go there every single day for years and years and years. I meet all sorts in my line of work, and those that have had really scary experiences are normally very devout. I can read really, and these are not involved in the paranormal. Okay, so they are religious then. Yeah. I don't know. I think you don't have to be religious to be affected by things. I think maybe if it drags on a long time, religion could be the cause of it. I don't know. If you would be worried, like say an atheist, I don't know, wouldn't care about, I don't know, the devil or something, some evil spirit, because they wouldn't care about that sort of thing. They believe they are be tested. What, to see if they can battle through? I hope that makes sense. That probably doesn't. Sorry, Diane. It's been a long day. Yeah, I think any religious person would obviously want the help of God. Oh, I see. Yeah, I know what you mean. They are targeted because they believe in God. Yeah, yeah. So any negative spirit or entity or being would be going to them because in theory they're evil, and the people that believe in God is good, and they're the enemy. Yeah, I get what you mean now. Yeah, would they? I don't know. Would it affect them more, or would it help them being religious and believing in God and believing that the Almighty would protect them? I'd like to think that's the case. To be fair, I would, like I said, I'd like to be more religious. I don't think I'd like to bring it on an investigation though, personally. Depends what if something happened to me anyway. I also used to think that being possessed was all in the mind, was people of who were weak-minded. I used to believe that many years ago. I'm not sure I still believe that now, but I haven't really met anybody or heard of anyone that's been possessed really to have that conversation though. So I think I've had an attachment in the past that was with me for a while. Is that some sort of possession? I'm not sure. But it wasn't nice. It was a very bad time in my life. And then suddenly it just went. I didn't ask for God to save me. I didn't go down the religious route. I just had a very dark cloud with me and over me for 3 months from Delapre Abbey, an investigation I did there, and I was not the only person that went through this as well. They also had that, and I believe they still say that to this day. He's on the podcast in 2 weeks. We'll chat about that. That's all right. I'll write that down so I don't remember. Yes, that's a good point, Michael. Yeah, it's all about beliefs, I suppose. I don't know. Who's ever here now watching? If that made any sense to you, whoever's in the chat, would you go and investigate the Warrens' house and Occult Museum if you could? If you had the chance to, doesn't matter about price or cost or anything, would you do it? Let me know in the comments. People on catch up that are watching after this live, let me know in the comments. I would like to know. Ali would, yeah. Diane would, yeah. I believe that possession can happen to anyone who's in a vulnerable state, yeah, even if it's as simple as someone sleeping. See, I used to think that. I used to think people that were vulnerable in their mind at the present time, that would affect them, and it was an easy way in for evil to get to you. That's what I used to very much believe. Tracy says, if Annabelle is the root of all evil for negativity, is it because she is, or because she has been put out in the public so much that it's just a thought, normal thought of her now? Well, Ed and Lorraine always said that Annabelle was never to be moved, never to be taken out of the case, unless obviously the case, the enclosure that she's in, needed repairing. Then there was a special one that was on standby in the museum. Now, obviously, Ed and Lorraine have passed, and their son-in-law Tony took control of Annabelle, obviously along with his wife, their daughter. But it was Tony that you always saw at events and stuff, and he took her everywhere. This is I think the second or third year in a row that they've done on a trip around America with Annabelle. Obviously, it's raising money. $100 a time to meet Annabelle, to queue up for hours on end at these conventions and that, to pay to meet Annabelle. They're blaming Annabelle for the plantation burning in Louisiana, I believe, a couple of months ago. And then obviously Dan Rivera's death. They're blaming Annabelle because he took her along on the tour. So, who knows? Tony took Annabelle to Zach's museum for an episode and got angry when Zach touched her. You're not allowed to touch her. So I don't know. No, if I had a top choice of places that I would go and visit would be Birdcage Theatre. Yeah, that's really good apparently. And Tombstone, yeah. That area, really fancy that. Yeah, that is on the bucket list of many people, to be fair. I would visit the house, but would only look at Annabelle's feet. I don't think she's like Robert the doll, where you have to ask permission to see him and take a photo or video. I don't think there's that to do with Annabelle. I may be wrong, but I would see Annabelle, 100%. And Alcatraz. Yes, Alcatraz is on many people's lists. I think just because it's a famous old prison that's on an island and you can't escape. So, you know, some great locations because we've seen them on TV. If all these locations were in England, do you think that they would be as popular? Oh wow, Diane, please tell us more. Because obviously we can go to the ancient Ram Inn. How many people have been there? So many people have been to East Drive. And for us, just like, oh yeah, it's just them. I've been there. Shepton Mallet, Gloucester Prison, the Galleries of Justice, all these places that some Americans probably think, wow, look at that. Edinburgh Castle, all these places. Well, Diane, how did it feel? You know, maybe that's why the American places, all the asylums, but they're still standing, aren't they? Waverley Hills with the Death Tunnel, and you know, Penhurst Asylum, Letchworth Asylum. Oh yes, I've got itchy nose. It's my hay fever. Yeah. Some areas were really off. Seagulls were scariest. Are they big seagulls like Cornwall, and they just come and try and pick you up or take your pasty? Because I imagine seagulls are awful creatures. But then again, we make them like they are because we feed them. And then they get greedy. Huge, yeah. I imagine there would be lots of food. So, Diane, did you go on the tour? Was it a tour that you went on? And did you stay long inside the prison? Could you go in all the cells? Was it a structured tour, or was it just open plan? You can just go have a look around where you wanted. Scary place. I'm sure it is. Get fined in UK for feeding seagulls. Do you? I'll try and kick them when they nick my fish. Do you have to get a boat out to? Yeah, I imagine you would. To be fair, fine for anything. Yeah, that's the way it is. Unfortunately, you see all the Americans coming over to the UK, and all they moan about is like the parking, how much everything costs, the fines, the prices of things. But the only thing they like is the fact that you don't have to tip. But yeah, I would like to go to so many places in America, but going to the Warrens, I think that's like in America, the Warrens started everything for American people, I reckon. The UK was like most haunted, for many people anyway, it was for me. Now, I don't think you can put most haunted and the Warrens in the same box, really. I wouldn't have thought. I don't think that would be very, very nice to do. I went over on the ferry. It was about 3 hours. Nice, free to wander. Oh, cool. The exercise yard and the whole cells had a vibe that was unsettling. Was there a lot of people on the tour? Did you have like a voice recorder and just leave it in a cell? I'd love to get voices captured from Alcatraz. Yes, that boat is anyway. Yeah. Aren't they opening that up again? Or is that a rumour? Alcatraz. Going to Alcatraz again. So many amazing places in America to investigate. But is it because they don't knock them down? In the town that I live, the Northamptonshire, every building that's left empty gets knocked down. Anything with some history or some sort of intrigueness about it gets knocked down, made into flats. That's it. So many asylums been knocked down. Crispin's is virtually gone for housing. St Edmund's Asylum in the town centre of Northampton, that's basically gone now. Too many people to leave equipment about. Yeah, I bet it was. I bet they ram people on them boats to get them over there. Just out of curiosity, Diane, could you give us like a ballpark figure of how much the cost for the tour is for Alcatraz? Now, if that includes the boat trip out there as well, please. If you don't mind. If you don't, that's fine, perfectly fine. I just want to see some sort of ballpark figure compared with the UK. I can imagine sea being a choppy on the way over. Yeah. You go under the Golden Gate Bridge, don't you? San Francisco. I'd love to see you go to America and do some investigation. I would love that. I would love to. I nearly did. I had loads of locations. Eastern State, Blair Witch Woods, Salem. What's that? Not Sweeney Todd. What was Johnny Depp played a character? It wasn't Salem. No, I can't remember what it was now. Anyway, there's a cemetery in America that I was going to go to. And the Conjuring House, the Hinsdale House, all booked, all paid for, lost the lot. All about money in the UK, it is. I didn't pay for the tour, suppose. Oh, okay, cool. Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, there you go, that's it. Yeah, I had that. I was going to go there as well and film. Bloody COVID. Sleepy, yeah. Edge of Scissorhands Cemetery. I knew what I meant, don't worry. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, Trump wants to reopen his... I'm sure I heard something about that. I don't think they'd let him now, to be fair. They've got to keep it as a tourist attraction. I think it would preserve it better, to be fair, if they just carried on with the tours and, they just made little adjustments to the building to keep it safe, structurally safe, make it look nice, Most American paranormal YouTubers I've watched are so fake as real, so it'd be good to watch someone I could trust. Oh, thank you, Ruben. I do try and stay as real as I can in my videos. Never fake anything. Always try and debunk everything. Find reasons for evidence that we've captured. So it's in a bad state. Desperately needs money spent on it. Oh, okay. So the money from the tours doesn't seem to go. Is it owned by like a trust? Like in the UK, it'd be like National Trust or English Heritage, wouldn't it? They would be the sort of people that would look after it if it was in the UK. But America, I'm not sure if they have them sort of things out there. Oh yeah, I was also going to go to Letchworth Village as well, the old children's home that is actually abandoned. Just noticed, Mickey, you trimmed your beard. I trimmed my beard last week. It was down here, and now it's up here. So about 5 inches come off. Yeah, I'm sure we spoke about that on a podcast the other day. Yeah, I'll say no more about inches. But so Letchworth Village. The plan, I had people in America that were setting it up for us to go. When we went over there, we were going to go into Letchworth Village, but they also told us if we get caught, trespassing is a crime in America and the police can arrest you with their guns. So yes, that would have been a bit scary, but just an abandoned asylum with everything left. Absolutely crazy. It's definitely... I have to go to America one day. and film. Maybe next year. I've been talking to Mark from West London Paranormal, and he's planning America again. So maybe next year, 2026, at some point. Who knows? But we just won't be going to the same places we had booked before. So I really want to visit Huska Castle in the Czech Republic. I was looking at some places in Prague, Czech Republic, Croatia, a few places around there, Romania. I was going to fly to Romania and go to Dracula's castle, but then I realised it was October and they're all closed. So both castles that apparently are associated with Dracula, they were both closed for the season. So it's a bit of a stupid time. But Gettysburg Battlefield has always sounded like it. Gettysburg is apparently amazing. Lots of people capture EVPs of gunfire from like the old cannons and that. That would be just epic. That is a bucket list. The location, not so much a bucket list for me, but that evidence that you can capture there definitely is bucket list level. So we'll return to a couple of signs at some point soon. Please, can I go? If you don't mind, Ali. That'd be lovely. I don't know which asylums you're going to, but I would like to go. But yeah, my aunt is Romanian, and she told me not to go certain times of the year not because of bears and wolves that are there, but because of the crime rate and certain people that are there. So it sort of put me off going. I didn't want to be kidnapped and tortured like in Hostel. If that's in Romania, I don't know. Stereotyping there, aren't I? But never mind. The one in Sussex, you would love it. Nice. Midsummer Murders are on, and they're at Hellfire Caves, by the way. Oh, nice. Hellfire Caves. Did someone die in the caves or around the area in the little village, the town? Salem, yeah. Would love to go for Halloween, Tracy. Salem, yeah. Yeah, my America trip was beginning of November, so it was just after Halloween. Was when it was planned anyway. It was at the time you needed a COVID passport to go anywhere, and you had to do a PCR test. PCR or the other one, the instant test, and I'd have failed it at the airport, so it was a no-brainer really. So I went to Ireland and Scotland for a week instead. To be fair, I got some awesome filming out of there, so can't complain. Hellfire Club, Edinburgh Castle, Cramen Island, Leap Castle, Redwood Castle. So it didn't disappoint. Anyway, Dublin is amazing for locations. She's laid out just outside the entrance dead. Oh my god. Dun dun dun. Oh, that's good. That would be awesome, Diane. Yes, Salem Witch House for Halloween. Do they do things differently in America at Halloween? I'm sure they do, to be fair. Let us know. Anyone in the comments that's watched there, that have been there, has experienced Salem, let me know what it's like. Let us know what it's like. Because some of these places we're never going to get to. And we could watch YouTube videos, I suppose. But if somebody's watching this video that's had experiences there, then let us know. That's what this is about. Communication, getting out in the community, building everything together. Imagine the ghost of Auschwitz. Not available to investigate, obviously, although I'd love to hear stories from people who work there. Yeah. I think morally, you can't do nothing there. Sometimes people look at you badly for just taking a photo. at Auschwitz. But yeah, investigate. I'm sure there's some idiots that have been there, tried to investigate, got a spirit box out in the gas chamber. They should call the police on them people, I tell you. The disrespect is unreal. I'm going to put Whitby Abbey for Halloween. Wow, I bet that's amazing. What are they doing at Halloween, Diane? Are they doing like a tour, a walk round? Obviously, the birthplace of Dracula is Whitby. I've only been once. Really enjoyed it. Had nice fish and chips and a battered Mars bar. And the seagulls didn't attack me, so I was happy. But yeah, such an amazing place. I know they do like weekends, festivals at Whitby for like Halloween and certain times of the year. Solstice, I think, as well. They do special things there. But the fact when you're on top at the Abbey and you're looking down and you're looking through the graveyard and the cemetery, and then you've got the cliffs and then the sea, it's awesome. I love it. Booked in for a holiday in Whitby next year. Looking to it. Looking forward to it. First time. You won't be disappointed, Matt. I've just been in the daytime for a couple of hour trip. Did the 199 steps. Didn't realise that the Abbey was at the top. So, everything goes together. Sorry, my nose. I need to cut my beard hair. It keeps itching my nose. They illuminate the Abbey and they put on a play that you follow as it moves around the ruins. Oh, cool. You love that, Matt. We have been to Auschwitz twice before. A second time we met an actual survivor of the camp. Wow, what an emotional experience it was. Cried miles out after. Now, Ali, did you cry because you connected on a level with the emotion of the location, or was it because just the fact it's a horrible place to be because of what happened there, or were you connecting with spirit? I mean, you don't have to tell us. Just a question if you'd like to answer anyway. Fingers crossed, big seafood lover, so hopefully get some really fresh. It's nice, believe me, it's nice. There's a couple of places there that sell amazing fish. If you like your fish. I visited the Underground War Hospital in Jersey. Not a nice place. I've heard of that. Not been there though. Didn't they open up tunnels under Dover the other year, last year, year before? I heard that they had war tunnels that they'd found and opened up to investigate. Don't know how true that is. I believe Most Haunted would go in there for a YouTube episode. I think anything with an amazing emotional connection will always be active. And I imagine anything to do with war. I love investigating war places, bunkers, battle sites, army bases, things like that. Amazing. The level of emotion you get from them is crazy. Definitely a place that I would like to visit, Diane. Just got to get to Jersey first. I think Kieran investigated there, didn't he, a few times? Kieran O'Keefe. On that note, I'd like to thank everybody who joined me last week for the medium chat. Ali was one of the guests. Everyone is in the comments that joined us. Thank you so much. Thank you to Kieran, Sarah, Phil and Andy also. It was great. Massive views on that. Love it. I think the debate was really good. Very professional. No one was feeling, under pressure to, stick up for their side, whether you're a believer or a non-believer in mediums. So yeah, just want to thank anyone that's watching now. If you haven't seen that episode, go watch last week's crazy show. Absolutely brilliant. It's a lovely island. Yes, I've heard lots about Jersey. A few years ago, I knew some people that lived there, but I never managed to get over. To be fair, I wish I had now, because I don't think the opportunity is there anymore. But not with them anyway. But I would like to go. But yeah, I'm off to Wales end of the month. Got 5 locations lined up to investigate. 3 definites. 2 others not sure yet. So I knew a girl who lived there. She hated it, and apparently it's super expensive. What, in Jersey? Do they not pay VAT or tax or something over there? A football stadium will be great for energy for an investigation. Obviously, when it's empty, never seen anyone get access to an overnighter. I did. I investigated Kettering Town Football Club for a night many years ago, before they knocked it down. Managed to get into the stadium, onto the pitch. The grass was like 4 foot. Went to the centre circle, managed to get in the stand. It's only obviously Kettering Town, like a non-league team. Got into the one stand they had, really. The executive box was at the top, and then you could get underground under the stand, which led down into the offices, the showers, the kit rooms, everything. So yeah, I have been there, Matt. I don't know where that episode is. I'm sure it's on mine or my old UK Haunted channel. If it's on UK Haunted, I will take it off. Or not take it off. I will re-edit that video and put it on my channel. Because I connected to Adolf Landu with one shake of his hand, and he pulled my hand close to his heart. What I felt was pain, sadness, but also freedom and gratitude. Oh wow. I can imagine. Atmosphere. Ha 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 ha. I don't support Kettering. I support Arsenal, so you know. But they're only little. You probably had, I don't know, 500 people there. I'm on the Hereford Welsh border at the end of the month, only 13 miles from the Skirrid. I am going to the Skirrid, to be fair, but only for a day visit to get some food, probably. Not got any I've not booked it to investigate anyway. It's just on the road home, so we're gonna go in there. I've been there before, just like I say, just for a drink in the daytime, but Mark's never been, so we're gonna go there. Hopefully have some food, because I've heard the food is really nice at the Skirrid. So haha, I remember that famous video of the super fast ghost running through the stands during a football game years ago. Pretty creepy. It was on live TV. I don't remember that. What game was that at? Do you know? Let me know the day near the time. I've investigated there 5 times. Okay. It's I will do. We've got 2 castles to investigate, a cemetery to investigate. We're going to have a look at Denby Asylum. I'll just say it, doesn't matter. I know it's abandoned, but what's his name with the dog? He's not there anymore, chasing you out, trying to get rid of you. What's his name? Elwyn, the old geezer with the big beard, white beard, and his dog used to attack everybody at Denby Asylum. I think it's something in South America. Oh, okay. Raglan. What's Raglan? I don't know a Raglan. We booked Skirrid for next week. Can't wait for it. Skirrid is a place we have always wanted to investigate. Staying over as well. Who are you going there with, Ali? Raglan Castle. Okay, is that North Wales? I'm not going there. I'm just saying. I have done many castles in North Wales though. Back in my early days, when it was easier to get into locations at night time. Let's just say that. And castles, there's many castles in Wales, so they make a good location. So, in there. Ali, you know Justin will kill any activity. Is Mr. Paranormal Monkey going? Is that a little what's the word? Oh, my brain is just so dead today. Is that a hint from Diane there? So Justin and Ali at the Skirrid Inn. Justin could do a podcast from there while you're there, if that's the case. That'd be cool. But yeah, like I said, I've never done Skirrid at night. I'd like to. Apparently it never lets you down. It's always active, apparently. So, you know who we're going with, dude? Beardo and Justin. Well, I was just giving you the opportunity to tell everybody. It's fine. I know who's going. Yeah, I was trying to play it cool. Come on, man. So yes, Hauntex TV, Beardo and Justin are going to the Skirrid Inn at some point next week. Now I have something for them to begin the night with. Oh, cool. Cheers for the live. Got to shoot. Nice meeting you. You chat. Have a good one. See you later, Matt. Nice one, man. Thank you so much. Tune in next week. I always sleep in the haunted bed in room 2. Silly question, Diane, but I presume you've slept at Jamaica Inn. I just wondered if you've slept in any of the 6 haunted rooms. Well, is there 6? There's 3, 4, 5 and 6 that I know of that are haunted. Room 2 is for Sadie and I. Yes. You have? Okay, so I slept in room 4 last time I was there, which was Daphne de Moret's room, where she wrote her book, I believe, from being at the Jamaica Inn, and that's the room she slept in, apparently. Oh, 9 and 10 as well, so 4 and 5, as well as 9 and 10, yeah. In 4, there's also the Tricon Hat Man that stares at you from the little wardrobe area on the left as you walk in the door. In the little dark area, it's set back into like an arched room with the wardrobe in. I did not want to open my eyes that night. I don't want to see Tricon Man staring at me, so I just kept looking away. Yeah, I love the Jamaican. I have to go back at some point. I also want to book Bob in jail as well. I want to book a night in one of the rooms and just investigate that. Definitely on my bucket list. Maybe for next year I need to set up a plan of action. The locations that are accessible, I can go there. I can book it. I just have to and sort it out. Has anyone stayed in Ruthin Castle Hotel? I nearly did. I nearly got into Ruthin, as they call it, Ruthin Castle, back in 2013. But they wouldn't let me in. Yeah. Something to be haunted, does this? My first stay was in room 6. Nice. All the rooms at Bodmin are active. Well, they're actual cells, aren't they? They're just been turned into hotel rooms. I think that's a genius idea. That is absolutely brilliant. They should do that at Alcatraz, maybe. Certain wings of Alcatraz, not all of it. So they could get more money, have people stay there for the night. On a paranormal level, obviously. Not just for a random hotel stay, because why would you? But would you stay at the Warren's house? Because you can book that. Would you stay there? I would. But I have no idea what the Warren's house looks like. How many rooms it has. Is it just a normal house? I think we'll find out probably next year. I'll be surprised if you can book it yet. There might be a website to book the Warren's house. I'm not sure. So if Elton or Matt Rife are watching this, Get in contact, get in touch. I'm sure we'd like to come over and stay. You need some English people, some British people to come over. You can't just keep having all you American people there. You know, give us English a chance. Oxford Prison Hotel. Yes, Oxford Prison is awesome. I went there for a day trip last year. Absolutely brilliant. So authentic. So quite creepy as well. All the bloodshed and people died there. The amount of people that died in that castle. Absolutely crazy. There's going to be energy there. Let's book it. Book what? What are we booking? The Warren's house? The museum? Alcatraz? Bodmin jail? Which one are we booking, Ali? Very similar to Bodmin. What is the prison hotel? Brilliant. We had a look on that one and that. And that. How you doing? All of them. Exactly, Shell. That's what we like. Oh, you've changed your name again. Yes. Yeah, just book them all. I went for it last year. Was it last year? Year before. I did 8 investigations in October. Well, end of September to the end of October in 6 weeks. So I did 8 investigations all over the country, up and down the country. Halifax, Pendle Hill, down south, in Wales, in Scotland. I really went to town. I thought, fuck it, I'm just gonna go everywhere I can with all the teams that invite me. And last year I didn't do so many. I've actually got, don't laugh at me, I've got one of these things, Ghost Investigation Journal, yeah, and I've got all the locations from when I started this book, yeah. So far I'm up to, well, I've actually done 2 more since I last put Bucks Museum in. So there's some of the places I've been to. So I've got to add Shepton Mallet Prison in there. This was the first page. So obviously, now these are proper investigations. And the first, I've been doing this book since the 29th of January 2023. I want to fill this up more. So this year and last year, I didn't do as many as I could have. At least 3 or 4 this year that I've had to turn down because of illness, which I never get ill. Now, I was wondering, is this a sign from the spirit world? Don't drive down there because you're going to die in a car crash. Who knows? It's possible. But I like to get, I wish. I do the lottery, I just don't win it. We have only one episode. The one episode of Haunting Hotels. Need to do more of those, yeah. Nothing wrong with that, Mickey. Great idea, that book is. It just keeps like a recollection of what I was doing, that location. Now there should be a video each time I film. I go to an investigation, I film that video, so there will be a video on my channel that corresponds with this investigation. Such a shame you can't investigate Moot Hall in Bedford now. That's pretty epic. The TBF, to be fair, geek. I am a geek. I'm an autistic geek, if that's a thing. So you could call me a geek that way, I suppose. Yeah. But yeah, I need to go to more. Lots of locations that I've been invited to, and I've talked myself out of it before I've gone, or not gone, as it were. That's another thing that I need to overcome within myself and my own brain, because I know I'll have such a good time when I'm there, but I try and find any excuse not to go. It's a shame, and something that I haven't conquered yet. Sorry, I got a bit personal there. I do apologise. We're all geeks here. We are geeks. We are paranormal lovers, investigators, where other people think that we are strange and laugh at us from across the room. Well, they can fuck off. That's a question for you. Anyone watching this, do you openly tell people that you're into the paranormal and you investigate if you do? I will never ever bring up a subject because I've been laughed at and, oh, you do that, do you? Oh my God. Many times. So, just wondered if anyone else openly tells people, because I definitely don't. We need to do loads of places. Sometimes you just got to get them booked. Exactly. If I book them all and pay for deposits for all these locations, I've already wasted my money if I don't go, haven't I? So, as soon as you overthink something, then it becomes a problem. I have bad issues with that, Diane, I'm afraid. Yes, mate, love that. Geeks and freaks. That's what we are. We are all geeks and freaks within the paranormal. I like that. We are a lovely community sometimes. We have great people. We have some not so great. Yes, but they always have a ghost story, even if they scoff. Exactly. That is normally when I pop my head up. Oh, hello. I hear a ghost story. Yeah, if you ask, oh, don't be silly, not into that rubbish. But there was this one time when this happened, and my neighbour came to tell me this as well, and this happened to them. And then the story, they've had loads of ghost stories, but maybe they don't want to admit it. That's the problem. So, I talk about it openly, but do get looked at like I'm a loon. As you said, fuck them. Exactly. Yes, proud of it. Plus my mediumship. I am what I am, and who I am, and I'm very proud of that. Fucking hell, Ali. He confused me then. I am what I am, and who I am, I'm very proud of. Yes, thank you. That's all. I got it. I got there in the end. I like being a freak. Exactly. We geeky and freaky and paranormally. Yeah. But it is what it is. You know, we enjoy it. We love it. It's our passion. So why not? That's what it is. I'm sure everybody's watching this have had some sort of experience, even if they don't necessarily believe. And that is the case. I tell people that I believe in the paranormal. It's interesting to see their faces, but I don't care. They are missing out. They are missing out, Tracy. That is true. Exactly. We have some great people great friends that I've known and met and made through the paranormal, whereas I wouldn't have met them before. It's my bloody phone, mate. Fat fingers. No, I just think I read it wrong. I really do think I read it wrong. Don't worry, man. It's all good. Yeah, no, you said it all right. Yeah, it's just me. It's a long day. We are making some kind of slogan here. Freaks and paranormal geeks. Yeah. Name of a new podcast. People always mock other people's hobbies. I admit, the one thing I can't quite understand is train spotting. Yes, when the C7452 comes round the corner on the track and everyone cheers and runs to it, writes it in their book. That, for them, that is everything to them. Same as like us, I suppose, with paranormal locations, evidence, you know. So, yes, their loss. But yeah, everyone has their own passions, and people will mock, and you just got to expect that. You just got to ignore them, because while they're being negative, you are happy and you're enjoying yourself by doing what your passion is. So, it is what it is. But yes, guys. Anything else before we wrap this up? I'd like to thank you all for coming. Awesome guests as always. You guys in the comments, you make this show what it is, and I do really, really appreciate it. You guys are awesome to me, and thank you so much. But yeah, next week we have Ryan Griffiths on the show. The Wanderer returns from the Shepton Isles in the Highlands of Scotland. So, yes, he will be on. Thank you, Diane. It's been lovely chatting to you this evening, and everybody else in the chat. As always, you make me so happy. Everybody joining me and chatting to me. Strange how some see but don't believe, or fight it, but people want it but don't see it. Are you sat with Ali? Because I just can't. Strange how some see but don't believe. Oh, that's it. Yeah. Or fight it, but people want it but don't see it. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Yeah. Say more about them. It does this exactly. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Tracy. Well done, Mickey. Thank you, sir. And if anyone doesn't subscribe to Hauntex TV, he has a premiere this Friday, 8 p.m, I believe. The Murder House. Go check out the channel. Ali does some amazing videos with his wife Sadie, and sometimes I'm in them. So, thank you, Fallen Rain, or Shelley, or see you Friday, mate. Yes. So, guys, we're going to end it there. Annabelle has new parents, and one day we might go there. That's all I'm saying. I will try and get there. Just to film in that museum, be epic. Whether I believe it's a load of bollocks or not, just to film there is amazing. Being next to Annabelle with all the stories, crazy. But yes, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to everything. My channel, the Ghostoul Podcast. Legend you are, Mickey. Feature Mickey's. Yeah. We can hope. Good night, everyone. Night, Diane. Thank you again. But yeah, like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get 6,000 on this channel. I'm at 5,923. So, 77 to go. No. 67 to go. No. Yeah, 67 to go. It's been too long, people. It's been too packed. I can't even figure out what I'm saying. Bye, everyone. Great seeing you here. Yeah. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. Tune in next week. Ryan Griffiths, Ghostoul Podcast, 7:30, Tuesday. See you later. No maths. No maths. Good night, Tracy. Good night, Shelley. End stream, people. Let's go.